Alright guys, so I also decided I'm going to make some cold boo-boo packs for Ollie as well, and I think we're going to use this panel with Finn on it, and because we have some of this fleece left over from when I made Oliver and David's blankets that has Finn and Jake and a couple other characters on it, so I think we're going to use that. I don't think we have any Jakes left, but we have some Finns, so I think we're going to make a at least one Finn boo-boo cold pack and possibly just like a mixed pattern one. I think I have some other fabrics here too that have Adventure Time or something cute on it that I can make for Ollie, so that'll be nice. Alright guys, so I cut my two pieces out here. Obviously the pattern had to go sideways on one, so we're going to put these together, right sides together like this. Oop, I have to match ours up here. See, we're going to match them up right sides together, and then I'm going to sew these two together and leave a small opening to turn it and to fill it with the rice. Alright, so now that I have it all sewed, I clipped my corners. I'm going to turn it right side out. And you have to be careful when doing that you don't pop any stitches possibly, if you had any loose stitches, or that you don't rip your fabric, because I have had that happen before, even with fleece. I've had it rip while trying to fix corners. See, it's just a nice little pack, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this hole up with some rice, uncooked, brand new rice out of the bag, and then we're going to close it up and probably do a stitch around the outside. We might just do a stitch on this side. I'm going to decide once I start doing it, but I'm going to grab the rice and then we'll show you guys how to do that. Alright, so we have our bag of rice here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip a single corner on my bag of rice. I don't want to make too big of a hole. You can pour some into a container. I'm actually going to use a small container. I'm just going to use this little measuring cup and we're going to pour some rice in here. Alright, So now that we have our little baggie with we have our little rice, we have our little baggie, I have a little tiny scoop here that I'm going to use. I am going to speed this up here for you guys. Alright guys, so I have it filled. I still have to sew the top hole, but I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. Alright guys, here's the finished product. I didn't sew all the way around the outside, I just closed off where it needed to be closed. But this is a little ice pack for boo-boos and ouchies, or, you know, whatever you refer to your kids' injuries as. They're nice little things to use, and we also made a bigger one. So this is kind of like those, almost like a gel ice pack where you can mold it to how you need it to be, so you could use it on a hand or, you know, an arm or a forehead or anything like that. So it's nice. It'll be nice and cold after it sits in the freezer. But what I plan on doing with mine is I do plan on sticking them inside of a Ziploc baggie or a freezer bag when I put them in the freezer. And then obviously when I take them out, then I will just take out the ones that I need or the one that I need. But for the meantime, I would really like to keep them in like a freezer bag just to keep it a little bit nicer, because I know if you were to put these directly in the freezer, you would not be able to put them directly against your child then without wrapping them in something else. And kind of part of the purpose of having this as a fleece outer is so it's nice and soft for your child and not something scratchy or uncomfortable. It's something nice and soft and will hopefully feel, you know, hopefully comfort them, let's put it that way, because I know my child has a thing with when things are too cold, he refuses to let them touch him anywhere on his body. He doesn't really like cold things other than chewing on ice cubes. So hopefully, because this has a fleece outer, it won't feel wet or too cold to him. It'll feel cold enough that it will relieve the pain or the heat or whatever is going on that we're using them for, but it should not be wet or leak or anything on him. It should be nice and nice for him. I am going to pop these in the freezer tonight, and I can show you guys tomorrow then what they look like once they've been in the freezer for a little while. So that way you guys have a better idea of what I'm talking about and why I'm doing them the way I'm doing them. Alright guys, so I finished the little fin one. I ended up not going all the way around the outside just because it was getting a little too hard to actually sew, so I made it around two sides. But that's okay. It still looks nice. It's good. Oh, it's the shadow of my cord for the camera. Yeah, both sides turned out really nice. So this is a little ice pack. This can go in the freezer, and then when he has a boo-boo or an ouchie or anything like that, anything you refer to as your kid's injuries, or if he has a fever per se, he can put these on where he needs to. I also went ahead and made him a bigger one out of this froggy fabric that we have. So he's got a nice big one as well. And the good thing is they're nice and bendable. So you can bend them and put them how you need them to be.